Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. I'm on a mission to get it all. Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. If you ain't thick, please don't get involved.
And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
Let's go to screensaver on the main screen, Chin. But this isn't working, bud. It's just screensaver. We're live. What's up, boys? Little later than I thought. We're working through it here at Thick Boys Studios. Don't worry. We'll get it cracking. We will get it cracking. What's up, fam? How we doing? Big Brown Breakdown. This is a regular episode, not the live chat. So good to see you guys. We're trying to do everything live here. What's going on, fam? A lot going on in the Real Housewives of the UFC. My God, man. The biggest news would be Conor McGregor finally rearing his beautiful face. I almost said ugly mug, but he's not ugly. But rearing his face on Ariel Helwani's show. A lot of info to get into there. A lot of info. Did you watch it, Nicholas?
Oh, yeah. You can come right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Conor fan, which we are, he's saying some good stuff. I like this whole take on how he realized money's not everything, and, you know, he's kind of grown up. He found God. Only time will tell if any of that's true. It seems like it is. And he also, you know, if you've been paying attention to Conor McGregor, he seems to be, in better spirits, seems to be level-headed finally. And then also just looks healthier. He looks healthier. I assume he's chilled out on the devil's dandruff and the old hooch, I would assume.
Did you see what he said about the contract where they
he didn't give a lot up on the contracts. Like, he wouldn't get into numbers. That's usually a red flag, meaning the numbers aren't as crazy as we think, because we're all going to say, well, if they offer John Jones $30 million, what's Conor worth? Here's the issue with that, though. So we're all aligned going, oh, Conor's worth more than $30 million. I just think the UFC's like, all right, contractually, he has two. We're not going to pay him over $30 million. It's probably somewhere in the $20 million, 20 to 25, I would assume. Who knows? This is all just assuming here. But let's say, you know, if they're paying Poton 10, Conor has a little more leverage. Let's say it's around 20 is the ballpark. Does he deserve more? Of course. But if I'm the UFC, I was thinking about this on the drive-in. If I'm the UFC, they're like, listen, we don't know what the hell we're going to get. We have no clue. So, yeah, Conor's asking for whatever, 50, 40 million. We're not paying that. Let's see what we have. And then Ariel goes, did they talk about an extension? He goes, nope. Because I think the UFC is like, yeah, we're not getting in bed with this fool with a 6 or 8 fight contract because we don't know what we're going to get. So here's this one. And then, you know, I bet they would renegotiate after this one depending how he looks. It's smart by the UFC. Because let's say Conor does come back as, you know, one of the versions we've seen of, you know, Nate Diaz recently. Like, are you telling me if that was in the UFC, they're going to be stoked about it? Like, if the product is so damaged and watered down, you don't want to be in bed with this fool where you agreed to a $100 million contract for 2 fights. So I think the UFC is like, hold on, all right, you ask him for 60. We think you deserve 20. Let's be in the middle. It's 30, which is a ton of money. Most of the UFC fighters have been paid. And then like, we'll take it from there.
The part I thought was interesting, though, was this fight is coming up, and then his next fight isn't till April of 2027. And I wonder if that was a power move to kind of be like, okay, we're going to keep him under contract longer so he can't be doing MVP or
of course
other type of things.
Yeah, there's benefit to them keeping him, right? Especially for the casual, especially for like Paramount and the networks and the brands go, look, we still have Conor, biggest in the game ever. So I think their leverage is in that. But again, I also think the UFC, like most of us, is going, we don't know what we got. Let's tell him we'll fight him in July, and we'll fight him far from now in April. If he looks terrible, you're going to see him in April against, you know, Chandler, some, you know, weird fight, one-off, and then he rides off from the sunset. I guarantee you, if he looks good or definitely beats Max Holloway, he's fighting way before April.
You think so?
They make the Justin Gaethje fight within 2 months.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, we gets announced within 2 months, I assume. So I'm a little bit on the UFC side here. Where they're like,
Oh, I get it.
we're not all in, dude. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got first. Here's a bag. And, yeah, then you'll fight in April. And he's like, April? That's insane. We're like, I know, crazy, right? But I guarantee you, if he performs well at International Fight Week, we're going to see Conor way before. Way before. Way before. He was at both dates. Conor McGregor told on Crown, Ariel. On Tuesday, I have July 11th. And what would you think they would put me back in? April 2027. It's almost a year later. That's ridiculous to me, but this is the way the contract was done. I have a second date in April 2027. And if it is April 2027, that's UFC going, he's probably going to lose to Max. And then we're just going to hang on to him so he can't jump over to Netflix MVP. And then we'll give him one more. That's what's going on there.
That's what I was thinking. It had to be just like a power move to keep him under, because they can't sign him for longer yet. So they're probably like, let's see how long we keep him.
They didn't even try to sign for longer, though.
Yeah.
That's what Ariel asked him, like, oh, did they talk about extension? He goes, nope. Because I'm with the UFC. Now, we're not going to agree to an 8-fight deal, minimum $20, $30 million a fight, and this fool's completely washed. Like, no, let's see what we got July 11th, and then we'll go from there. And worst case, we get one more, but we hang on to him to April 2027.
Yep.
That's the move. It's a smart move by the UFC. It's a smart move by the UFC. The other interesting thing he was talking about was he was Turkey Al-Sheikh, and he got on the phone with Terence Crawford. He's like, dude, I have a deal for $200 million here. You fight me in MMA, and then we'll do boxing. And Terence Crawford's like, nah, I don't want to get kicked by you. And this is, everyone wants to give me shit. I say, you know, UFC fighters, MMA guy, high-level guys can go over to boxing because it's the easier out of all the combat sports. This proves my point. What Terence Crawford say? Nah, what? I don't get kicked by you. Yeah. He knows. Terence Crawford get absolutely annihilated in a mixed martial arts fight. And he's arguably the greatest boxer of all time. He's going, no, I'm not. Hell no. Elbows, kicks. Yeah, there's a lot to handle. It's not just boxing. It's a lot. And this, to my point, and most of the argument that I got when I said boxing is the easiest lane in combat sports, people are like, oh, boxers don't have to. They get paid so much. Well, Terence would have made more money than ever to fight Conor McGregor in MMA. So what's your excuse now? He got offered basically $200 million, $100 million, if it's one fight, 100 each, $100 million to fight Conor McGregor in MMA. He went, hell no, I ain't getting kicked. Yeah, it sucks. It's very difficult.
That's why Usyk's the best, because when they asked him about, like, oh, how would you do against this guy? And then they asked him about an MMA fighter in MMA, and he goes, no.
Yeah.
He knows. And he's probably, him and Crawford, two of the best of this generation.
Is this just our super chat, Chen?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
This is
cool.
just our chat. Our chat.
Black Ross says, OJ Sims goes, what up, Twitter world? What up, YouTube world? Yeah. Look at all these, man. We're not even doing the live chat. Live chat's tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. We're going live. But I like even seeing these, man. There's some great points here. Yeah, Slowfit9735 said he said they met in the middle, so I'm guessing around 10 to 12. I doubt 10. There's no way they're paying Conor the same they're paying Poatan. Conor's worth a lot more than Poatan. Conor's worth a lot more. I'm with was it Ozuna Collects? Conor McGregor's interview got me hyped. Calm, cool, collected, mindful. The Mac is back. I agree. And I see a lot of other people in the space that kind of hating on Conor. Like, I don't believe anything. And him saying Holloway hasn't gotten better. I'm not believing any of it. Him, believing in God. I'm not buying any of it. I'm like, God damn, dude.
That's the
Who
cool
pissed
thing.
in your Cheerios, man? What a time to be a UFC fan. We're coming off, not even arguably, the biggest sporting event of all time, UFC at the White House. Oh, and mind you, it's being reported minimum 150 million views now. Mark Rubio, Super Bowl numbers. Bubba, you were right. I thought you were just some, casual dude, but you were right.
150 million, right?
150 million minimum. So 150 million minimum. We're coming off that hype, and then we get a Conor McGregor in a great mindset, super positive, in shape. take my freaking money, dude. This is awesome. This is awesome, man. Again, tough fight for him. Not an easy fight. Welcome to mixed martial arts. Welcome to the UFC at the highest level. There's no warm-ups. Conor's had 5 years off, hasn't won in 7, coming off basically his leg falling off. And they're like, yeah, cool, man. Here's Max Holloway, an all-time great.
And Max looks good right now.
Max looks pretty good. Mm-hmm. Max looks pretty good.
What he did to Justin Gaethje, Max is not, he's not someone to fuck around with.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough not to answer all these
Want
questions.
to keep him off, or you keep him?
Nah, I kind of like engaging with them. They're my favorite. I'll go back and forth. Swerve, how we doing, Brendan? Good, Bubba. My kiddos, we went fishing this morning at 6 a.m. Bosty caught a big-ass bass. You would appreciate it, Chance, on my story, on my Instagram story.
Sweet.
Yeah, Bosty caught a big-ass bass. Tiger, he got some pulls, but, didn't happen. And then if you're not in Texas, so today's supposed to be the hottest day so far this year. Supposed to reach, I think, 100, but supposed to feel 115 outside. So we're trying to practice early. So Bosty and T went fishing, and then there it is.
Oh, damn, that's a good one.
Right?
That's a good-sized bass.
Pretty
Size
good
of your
bass.
son.
Pretty good little bass for
Good
him.
job, Bosty.
Boss got him one. Yeah, so we went fishing, and then Bossy had All-Stars practice at 9, and I rushed over here, made it just in time. Then Tiger has tackle football drills tonight. I'm hoping they go at 7 because it's supposed to be 115. It's supposed to feel like 115, which is wild, super wild. Andy Ortega 8918. Welcome to the Brownies, big dog. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us, man. Yeah, the Conor stuff just got me hype. Yeah, he just holds a special place, I think, in every person's heart that was in the game during his come up. There's never been anything like it. There's never, ever been anything like it. Ever. Ever.
I think
love
Black
it so
Jeff
much.
has a good question for you.
What'd you say?
I think Black Jeff has a good question for you.
What do you
He says,
say?
I have a crazy idea on who should fight for the next 155 title. He has, I mean, that was who he's saying, but I want to know who you think would be for 155 next.
And Justin retires?
Yeah.
Oh, if Justin retires, has to be Arman. You'd have to do Arman and probably Charles Oliveira, right? Or if Max, well, no. It's tough because Max being Conor at 170, that's not going to move anything up. What do we do with BSD if he absolutely mollywops Paddy Pimblett? Or what if Paddy Pimblett looks great? Do you do Arman Paddy?
I think I really think that I would love to see Paddy. I mean, we have to see how it goes with BSD, but Paddy and Arman, that would be a great fight.
I mean, in the super chat on Monday, some dude was like, hey, man, I know you're saying you're not that impressed with Hoofy, and I am with his stand-up. He's like, but in that division, there's only really one grappler left. I'm like, that's a fair point. Like, you look at that division, Hoofy, he's one big win away from getting pretty high up there. He's 7 now. All those guys ahead of him besides Arman aren't the greatest grapplers, That's not a bad take. It's not a bad take at all.
Do you, now that Ilya's kind of out of the picture, do you still want to see the Arman-Islam fight actually happen, or do you think it's just too much weight for
Arman Islam? No. Though I think all those boys at 155, that should be a wake-up call for them because Ilya's so talented, so goddamn talented, and it was just too much. I think that all of those boys should go, oh, shit. Oh, yeah. They're too big up there. That's not Snowflake.
I don't know if you agree, too. I feel like we need to see Islam actually clear out, everybody in the division.
Islam has some work to do.
Yeah.
And if anything, he'll go to 185, but that's a lot, man. That's a lot. And then they announce it. It's a good time to be a UFC fan. They announce Islam versus Ian Garry. My initial take on this was, oh, man, who's going to beat Islam? You need a guy that has that one-shot knockout power who's going to catch him. Nobody's beating Islam by decision. But in what we've seen this year with Strickland, Hamzat, Justin, Ilya, all these crazy upsets, buddy, I'm not counting Ian out. I'm not counting him out. No way.
No.
Ian Machado Garry, I mean, he's talented as all fuck. I'm not one of those guys who's just going to jump on Islam and glaze him. Like, hell no. That's a great fight.
You have the 170 pulled up?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I want to see Garry. I want to see him go against Garry.
Yo, yeah, he's the rightful.
And Prates. Those are the two guys that, I mean, actually all the people in the top three are three people who are dangerous hypothetically for Islam.
Because they're doing Ian Machado Garry next, I would love to see Carlos Prates and Michael Morales go at it. And then whoever wins that clearly is the next
That's a good fight.
title contender. That's an insane fight.
That's a good fight.
Insane fight.
If you had to predetermine that, who do you pick?
Oh,
That's a tough pick.
I like Carlos Prates. But Michael Morales is fucking nasty. And
He could knock you into next week.
Yep, and rub your butt. Yeah, you got the Conor news popping. Then you also got. Did you guys watch the whole saga with Herb Dean and Poatan? This is what I don't like. Love Poatan, huge fan of Poatan, but what I don't like is he's really not taking accountability for his loss. So if you watch his video in the translation, I assume it's not a translation error, but when he goes, it was a lucky punch and I was getting hit to the back of the head, it's like, no, you were getting beat up, bud. Like, you were not going to win that fight in any capacity. Now, were a lot of them illegal shots? Absolutely. Does Gane have a problem? Absolutely. Yeah,
There's a video that came out recently. This guy broke down how many illegal shots there were. I could play it for you, but it looks different when you actually see the video.
I just don't like when a fighter doesn't take accountability. Here's my thing. The argument's not even that those were illegal shots.
No, you're about his attitude is what you're saying, right?
Illegal.
Oh, it'll refresh. So there's legal.
Yep.
Illegal.
Yep. Legal.
And then he even puts in, like, well, you'll see in a sec. That's
Now
definitely
he's
illegal.
spamming illegal.
That's
Illegal.
legal. And then it says bad angle.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 of them were illegal, no doubt. At least 2 of them, the ones we can't see. So let's say 4 of them were illegal. At the end of the day, that's not why he lost this fight.
No, he actually said, I did lose the fight. And then, there's like rumors of him saying that he's appealing. Apparently, he's not appealing. He just wants there to be a rule change and for the refs to be, obviously given punishment for their mistakes.
So if you're Herb Dean, would you guys rather Herb stop that fight or give him a warning going, whoa, those are illegal, and have Let me ask you this. Let's play this out. Let's say Herb goes, whoa, 2 illegal shots, dude. I'm taking a point. They both rest, and then they go back to what they're doing.
That's the problem.
Do you think Poatan has more success?
No.
No, he gets finished again. Mm-hmm. But Gane legit has an issue.
It's a lot.
I don't know if it's an IQ thing, if what's going on here. He clearly has an issue.
Do you feel like it's on purpose or it's just like a?
I think he
just when he wants
it's
to go
just
for
a
the
bonehead
finish.
thing, and he freaks out when the guy's hurt, and he's doing this and he's doing this. Like, remember JDS? He did this. There's other examples of him doing
So
this.
many.
With the eye pokes, he's doing this. I just think he's a meathead.
Yeah.
And just gets really excited. You finish the fight and makes a ton of mistakes.
The only thing that makes me question that is the fact that, like, he is that talented of a striker, and he could, like, place on the feet. He could place kicks and punches wherever the hell he wants.
Agree.
So whenever he does things like that, I'm like, that's weird for someone who's so dead on accurate.
Oh, see, this is why you guys are great. Islam submits Garry in under 2 rounds. Yeah, possibly. Shout out to Nick. Black Ross liked you. So Poatan, thanks, Slow Fit. Thank you, bud. Poatan clarified he didn't mean lucky punch on Ariel's interview yesterday. He gave props to Gane. He said he was just frustrated. All right. Yeah, W. Brooks, you're spot on. Yes, I would consistently a dirty fighter. Yes. Yes. Yeah, and Black Ross, I'm with you, bud. Sorry, I need more disqualifications in Cyril Gane fights. And here's the if you're Cyril Gane's coaches and you're in his training camp, right? And let's say they give him Hokit next or whoever, and he just keeps winning, right? He had the Aspinall issue, then gets rewarded. So he pokes Aspinall and changes Aspinall's life forever. Pokes both eyes, almost goes blind, have to have surgery. Okay. What repercussions did he suffer? He got a title shot at the White House against Poatan, your biggest fight ever. So he's like, all right, yeah, I guess I poke guys in the eyes. Yeah, but you're a cheater. He's like, yeah, I guess so. I keep winning, though. I keep getting big fights. Fights at the White House. Fights Poatan. Fucks him up, right? Lights him up, and then illegal blows. And all the fan base, all of us are going, what the hell's going on here? Now, if you're Cyril Gane, you're back in France, eating croissants, watching whatever you watch on TV, smoking cigs, doing their thing, eating crepes. And they go, man, you definitely hit that dude with some illegal shots. He goes, no, right? What do you think they're going to do? I'm like, I heard they're going to strip Tom Aspinall. You're fighting Josh Hogan for the straight-up UFC heavyweight title, dude. He's like, yeah, cool. I don't need to change anything. There's been no consequences for him notoriously. Illegal blows, pokes in the eye, groin kicks, nothing happens. So as mad as we are as a fan base, and I've actually heard Cyril Gane is an awesome person. I heard he's a really good person. I think he's just like, what do you want me to do, dude? I'm crushing it. I know, sir, but you keep poking people in the eyes and kicking them in the nuts. And he goes, I know. No one's doing shit, though. I'm actually ranked number 1 now. You're like, yeah, hard to argue. Yeah. I guess keep hitting people in the back of the head and kicking them in the nuts. He was like, why not, dude? I'm fucking rich as shit. Yeah, I'm ranked number 1.
His punishment is possibly Tom Aspinall in UFC France.
Yeah. UFC's like, sir, if you keep this up, we're going to give you a straight-up unified title fight in your home country. He's like, cool. Yeah, I'll kick him in the nuts. It's like there's been no repercussions, dude. Mm-hmm. And that's on the umps, and it's on the refs, and it's never good when it's never good when it's so bad that Herb Dean has to come out and be like, so here's an illegal blow, and you're like, no, we got you. There was illegal blows. Also,
Herb, don't turn off the comments.
Did you turn off the comments?
He turned the comments off.
Shitty, yeah.
That's how you know. Yeah. I like Herb Dean too, but they got to do a better job, man. Mm-hmm. They got to do a better job. That being said, this isn't why Poatan lost the fight.
No,
it's just not. If Cyril got so this is from Black Ross. So I just keep seeing Black Ross. Sorry, dudes. I'll get the other ones. He says if Cyril got disqualified in the Aspinall fight, would we even be having this discussion? Nope, because he would learn. There's no repercussions. It's like me saying to my kids, don't eat all that candy, and they eat all that candy. I do nothing. And the next day, don't eat all that candy, they eat all that candy. And nothing happens. Next day, candy's there again. Don't eat all that candy, and they eat all the candy. And we just keep going through this.
Until you take them to Disney World.
No, and then they eat all that candy. I told them not to. And I'm like, hey, you guys like that? Let's go to Disney tomorrow. And they're like, yay.
It's like,
so in their mind, they're going, if we eat candy, even though he says we shouldn't, he's really not doing anything. Matter of fact, our lives are improving. Dice Game Network says, what I really want out of this whole thing is the history on how the rule was created, because apparently it was an interesting background. Big John McCarthy. Big John has gone through this. Big John made the rules. He made the whole rule set that we live by today. Andy Ortega, 8918. Has Cyril Gane ever said he's going to work on it or apologize for any of his accidents? If not, then I think it settles it. No, because he doesn't have to. Like, even with Nina Drama, she was like, are you working on the eye pokes? And he was like laughing about it. Like, he knows it's a thing. He knows the fan base is upset at it. But again, he just.
If every time you did something wrong.
Ryan, don't start, dude. Ryan.
Also, my leg is feeling fine. And wrestling, Brendan, they have weight classes for a reason. It was like wrestling a fucking polar bear.
Slow Fist says, Andy Foster told Ariel he didn't think they were illegal because Poton was moving while Gane was throwing punches, but I must admit if someone throws a knee to a grounded opponent and he's moving, they would stop. Yeah, and I love Andy Foster. I do think he's, really good at his job. There's something to that. Like with the JDS fight, like JDS turned and they got hit behind the ear. So when it's in transition, and that's fine. If it happens once, I get it, man. Guy was moving, you were throwing. I get it.
Alex did it to Jury.
How many times are we going to go through this? Before it's like, dude, he's just a dirty fighter.
Mm-hmm. He cheats so much. If I was his girl, I'd be worried.
Yeah, me too, man. Dela Cruz 1200 says just finished Jackson Pod. Michael Bisping said that Tom got the go ahead to start training. That's good news. So that leaves Hokit out of this. And Hokit could have a difficult road because they could give him Sergey Pavlovich. That's a very tough fight for him.
But who gets Sergey?
Hokit.
It's a fun fight.
Or Volkov.
I'd rather see Sergey.
Either one. I think it'd be a huge step up for Hokit. Very tough fight. Very tough fight.
Actually, do you feel like Volkov would be a better test for him to show how? Because I feel like Volkov's a little better all around. Sergey's a little more power puncher, and once you get past that, he's beatable.
Yeah. If he beats Volkov, who's super well rounded, very big. Yeah. I think. Yeah.
He's not going to give up like Derek Lewis did.
I think he beats both of them.
Think so?
Yep. I think he beats both of them.
I think Volkov's the hardest test.
Yeah, I think he beats both of them. And now, but yeah, so Hill is moving up to heavyweight. That was the other announcement.
That could be
Jamal
fun.
Hill's moving up to heavyweight. Jamal Hill, Hokit, that's a fun one.
That could be fun.
Trump and Dad says, sup, brownies? Sorry I'm late. I'm catching up. Dude, we started late. You're good. AJ Thompson, 30, says, I think Volkov gives Hokit a ton of problems. He could, because he's such a veteran and he's really tall. His takedown defense isn't great, though. So that could be an issue. He's long, but he doesn't use his reach. Dude, I'm telling you, I think Hokit beats both of them.
The only thing that I wonder what you think about this, is Hokit big enough? Because he is very small for the division. It's almost like when Randy Couture fought.
Hokit's 230, but it'll be an issue that he'll have to address if he starts losing. But right now, there'd be no reason to.
Because you remember when Randy Couture fought heavyweight and he was running through people until Brock Lesnar came about, and it was like, oh,
yeah,
that was a fun run.
Yeah, there's no Brocks, though.
That's true.
Andrew Ortega says, since we're talking about stricter repercussions for eye pokes and back of the head strikes, do you think we'll ever get stricter consequences for missed weight? I will tell you, though, the missed weight, right, you lose 20% of your purse. You have to pay it to the other guy. But the repercussions from the UFC are super severe. It's literally the number one thing that will ruin your career. Look at Arman Tsarukyan, missing weight. I mean, they put him on the shelf for how long? It's made him super difficult to come back. That's the one thing the UFC does not mess around with. Black Ross says, I got Volkov in the Hokit fight. Man, I don't know. Isaiah 206B, do you think Jamal Hill gives Gane any problems? Listen, you guys mentioned Poton says he's staying at heavyweight. I think it's the best thing for him. What about Poton Hill? Or do you give Poton like another real heavyweight? Do you give him Volkov? Do you give him Sergey Pavlovich? Do you give him a big dude?
Pavlovich would be sick.
It's a tough fight.
But do you think this is actually a technique question. Do you think Alex being the type of fighter that keeps his hands down at heavyweight, like, is that just his style of kickboxing?
That's his style. I think he's okay.
You don't think that kind of hurts him a little bit, especially with those big heavy hitters?
His issue with Cyril Gane is he didn't have a speed advantage. He usually has some sort of speed, and with Gane it just wasn't there. And he's flat-footed, so he's cooked. Slow Fit might be right. He says doesn't matter. Once Gable gets his feet wet, he's going on a generational run. Probably. Again, that's still up for debate, right? Let's see how he looks once he starts fighting tougher competition. But you could be right. Andrew Ortega says, yeah, but Hamzat didn't get shit done to him for missing weight so many times. Yeah, well, that's Hamzat. But yeah, I hear you. Slowfit says, I'm not sold on Hill. I don't see him winning any heavyweight fights. Depending who they give him, but yeah, I don't see him like dominating the division. Interesting. W. Brooks says, B, did you hear that Tim Welch say Alex was warming up, soaked with sweat for 2.5 hours? That's not good.
Yeah, I agree with AJ.
Yeah. Hill got handled enough by Alex at 205. Yeah, fair point. And it doesn't do anything. He's already beat him. I was just thinking another light heavyweight coming up. But let's see if Poatan can survive at heavyweight. Give him a real heavyweight. Someone who's an actual heavyweight.
And Hill's coming off 3 losses in a row at light heavyweight, too.
Yeah, Black Rouse, I'm with you. Poatan Hill fought at light heavyweight. So personally, wouldn't care to see it again. Poatan versus Volk is fun. Volkov's a real heavyweight, too. Yeah, listen, I don't like Poatan versus Sergey Pavlovich. He's too flat-footed. He gets hit with that big fucking right hand. That thing's over. That thing's over.
I do really think that once Tom is back and he's gonna change his game up for the second time he fights Gane, I can't see really too many people giving him too much of a
Aspinall?
question. Yeah.
Yeah, if Aspinall's on his P's and Q's and he's filled with fucking piss and vinegar, I think he mollywops Gane.
I think so, too. He's too good of a wrestler.
I think he beats the shit out of him. But we'll see.
Like, it didn't even seem like, I mean, you have to get inside on Gane to actually take him down. But the fact that, what's his name? Ngannou was able to take Gane down. And with the way that John took him down with ease, I'm like, that needs to be where he needs to put his focus. Because standing and banging with Gane is not the move.
No, but Tom's never been, he's British, so they're never great at wrestling, so we'll see.
It's good for a Brit, though.
K. Duffin says, Alex got his ass whooped, dropped with a jab, and finished with a clean combination. Agree. The back of the headshots were almost all legal, aside from maybe 2 or 3 shots. That, again, were while they were moving. Yeah, I agree. I'm not up in arms over Cyril. Listen, if Cyril wasn't notoriously known for cheating and doing bad shots, this wouldn't even be a thing. We'd be like, yeah, shit happens. But because it's his MO, we're like, dude, come on. That's why it's a big deal. That's all it is. Dice Game Network says, who's striking fighting IQ do you like better? BSD or Paddy the Batty? Neither's great. Neither's great. Paddy's game plan against Justin Gaethje was awful. Not worse than Topiria's, but fucking awful. And he has no wrestling.
Just showed you he's durable. That's really all you learned from that one.
Yeah, neither win an award for their IQ. And then BSD, he gets clipped, and then he turns into freaking, Garbrandt. He just bites down, starts swinging them things. So neither's crushing it. Those were the big headlines, though. Conor coming on Ariel was fantastic. I like how Ariel didn't announce it. It was just like a surprise guest.
I wonder if he just was able to nab him at that time.
It was cool.
Yeah. Like a lot of like pieces to take from.
A lot of pieces, yeah. And then Audie is his agent or manager. And then Josh Hokett just signed with Audie, too.
Damn. That's good.
That's good for him.
Yep.
And then Conor was on Fallon, too. That's why he was in New York. He was on Fallon. I felt like they could have done announcement with Conor and Holloway at the White House. I feel like that would have went really well for them. I think that would have been cool. I was also thinking about this on the drive-in. One of the reasons, many of reasons, they didn't put Conor on the White House card. Number one is the ticket sales, right? You can tell he's a big draw. Number two is, can you imagine the backlash that the left, CNN would have ran with if Conor, with his accusations in Dublin, going through, the grape stuff and all that?
That's interesting.
I bet you that had a hand in it where they're like, hey, this is the White House. We're already getting a ton of shit for it. Do we really want Conor's comeback fight after going through all those legal issues in Dublin being at the forefront of this? and the ticket sales, they're like, it's just a lose-lose. I bet you that had something to do with it. They didn't want that negative attention stealing the storylines. Could be off, but that's what I think's going on.
Trent, that's hilarious.
What do you say?
I disagree with Nick on Aspinall versus Gane. There's not a chance that Gane doesn't kick him in the nuts, poke him in the eyes, or punch him 8 times in the back of the head while Herb Dean watches. That's funny.
That fool Chris says, please don't do 2 hours today. I missed so many calls from my wife. Yeah, dude, that 2 hours live chat was wild, right? I told you my favorite thing to do, man. I could go long with that. What's up?
It was fun, though.
I have so much fun doing it. It's my favorite thing to do. Trump and Dad says, word, be here tomorrow at 11. That's right, dude. Best sporting event ever. You know what's interesting, too, is like, I said this on Monday on the live show, and then we obviously posted the clip yesterday how it was the greatest sporting event ever. And so many people are arguing with, like, even my boy Michael Rappaport was like, best sporting event ever. Knicks Game 5, Evil Knievel. I went, well, that's where you lose me. Evil Knievel? And then also when you talk about Knicks, right? So
I'm from New York.
So it's like Knicks Game 5. Why was Game 5 important? Because Game 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm talking about one night only, one event, not multiple games. Because then I'd bring in, the Dodgers in the World Series against Toronto Blue Jays, which is my favorite series of all time. Was that a bigger thing over multiple days? Yes. I'm talking one night only. Michael Rappaport, you lost me when he said Evil Knievel, dude. I'm sure that was great when you're a kid in the fucking 60s or 70s. How dare you, sir? How dare you? It's weird how people are mad. The thing is like the UFC White House, it's such a win for the UFC. Mm-hmm. It's such a win for the White House and Trump and all that. But you're making it political.
Yeah.
And you're upset about that. I'm talking about for the sport that I love, for the UFC, it's a 11 out of 10. It's such a win. And not only to back everything up because they knocked it out the park, it's doing Super Bowl numbers. It's over that just as far as we've known, it's over 150 million views.
Since Monday.
Yeah. So let's say it reaches 200 million. Like this will never be done again. Ever.
Also shows you how much more classy UFC fans are than other sports. Could you imagine if after the fights, UFC fans reacted the way that Knicks fans did throughout the city? Like they just started ripping bus drivers out of cars and beating them up for Ilya Taporia?
That was terrible to watch.
Damn, Black Ross. I've been on YouTube from 2005. This is the first time I've paid to subscribe. Best $5 all time. Thanks, dude. Love you.
Andy threw a good question up there. Anybody hear from Kayla Harrison? What is going on with that?
What have we heard anything?
Yeah, about
She was
Kayla
at the
Harrison.
event. I think she did like a panel thing.
Was she there?
Before the actual fights, yeah.
Yeah, she had a major, that throat surgery's no joke.
Is that a long layoff?
Yeah, super long.
Yeah.
But she only has one left. Slow Fit, dude, we live in a sad time where I'm shocked nothing bad happened during the event. I know. Thankfully, the FBI thwarted a few stuff, but still haven't heard anything violent from the event, even at the Ellipse. Oh, I know. It's crazy. Did you see the gentlemen that were trying to fly the drones, and then they were trying to cause havoc and run everybody, and they had snipers set up? First of all, one of them they said was 19, buddy, in dog years. Did you?
They all look crazy.
19, yeah. And I'm like, maybe I'm just an older boomer. And I did not look like that at 19. That motherfucker's been through some stress, dude.
Is that George Jenko?
I know, right? This guy's the leader of it all too.
Dude, he has that mad scientist haircut too. When it goes to the
smiling,
sides.
Yeah, everything about it's so funny.
And were they just doing it because they're anti like Trump and all that stuff?
I think it's the ICE things, right?
One of them was the immigrant from Mexico, so that's probably part of it. But some of it was just anti-government. I think that was the main thing. It was anti-government.
But why choose to do the UFC event, dude?
I mean, that's like a huge event in DC. It would have made a huge amount of noise.
And I think they were caught because their parents. This guy,
yeah, the mother.
Dude, AJ Thomas goes, if that guy's 19, I'm 11. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Nerizo. Some guy's mom turned him in. That's how they caught him.
Is that how they got caught?
Yeah, the mom was like, hold up.
What?
Hold up. I'm a Justin Gaethje fan. You're not going to ruin this for us. And called him in.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You're talking about this guy, right?
19 in what world, dude? In what world? That is the hardest 19 years that I've ever seen on
We're
this
talking
planet.
about the bald
He just
dude.
got done holding the door from Night Walkers in Game of Thrones.
Bro,
Look at that
he
guy.
looks like he gets upset at his mom if the lasagna is not warm. That dude is not doing well.
One of them did live in the basement, like exactly like you would imagine. Did live in the basement of their parents'
Oh,
house.
yeah, I didn't need you to confirm
Shock.
that. Of course. And if I had to bet money on it, it's Tyson proper.
Yeah.
Them boys are going away for a while, and they're not, like, they're going to be in prison doing hard time with some tough people. Those boys, the way they get by is through their mouths and hands.
They'll probably go to federal too, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough go, as it should.
And there's more people. They said there's an investigation with more people involved that they're trying to find out as well.
Dice Game Network said, bro is 19 with a hairline worse than LeBron. Yeah, Callan has better hair than that 19-year-old. Black Russ says, in hindsight, Sugar's knockout might be the best ever in UFC history. Oh.
liked it.
Man, I don't think so, bud. Maybe it's because the strength of opponent and his game plan was so bad that when he finally committed to it, I guess because he did the salute, that was gangster. Super gangster.
It was very cool.
It was dope. Yeah, it was dope.
Like if I were him, I would get that made as a poster and put on my wall.
The Gemma girl says, dang, are you already getting shadow banned? I never got notified and checked to make sure you were even on.
Well,
Oh, and I changed my name for you. Thanks, man. That Gemma girl.
No, you're
Hopefully I'm
not
not shadow banned. I think maybe because we start late, they didn't notify him.
also, well, I don't know. I mean, how do
We're
you know?
really bad at this.
But plus, even I didn't know we were going live today, so maybe they're just waiting for the next day. I'm not sure how that turned out with them.
Interesting.
That is a cool knockout, but it's also, he wasn't even completely knocked out, so you can't really put that as the best knockout.
Yeah, that's not too crazy to me.
And he's not like flatline, but his salute is what makes it super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, some guy's mom term. It's so funny, man. Stevie G, I did see this. The View tried discussing the event, and the guy defending it just holds up two photos side by side of Biden's Pride event at Freedom 250, and the View just stayed quiet and went to commercial. It's hard to argue. Did you see Biden, Hunter Biden? And I replied to his tweet. He was like, Rogan, I would love that if you could have me on. We could talk about the disgrace of the UFC at the White House. And I'm not even mad at the White House and blah, 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 but it's sacred land. And I just put, excuse me, sir, you're mad at the UFC having an event, but it's okay to snort cocaine at the White House?
Yeah, or the event your dad held.
Yeah, what are you talking about, dude? Like, you're so off on this? Reddit, Hunter Biden claps back at Rogan. Hey, Hunter, Rogan's not even going to see it.
Dear God, it's long.
But my dumbass did. Also, it's way too long.
Yeah, you need a TLDR for that. Not reading all that.
The White House does not belong to Donald Trump. It does not belong to any president. It belongs to the people. To treat it as a Caesar treated the Colosseum, blah, blah, blah. This is not Rome. Presidents are not emperors doling out bread and circus for the peasants. The White House is the people's house. Yeah, dude. That's why you're snorting cocaine in there, and that's why your dad had tons of trans all over it. I wonder if Hunter realizes he will never get a response from Rogan here.
And the last part?
P.S. Cage match between me and Don Jr. Your call on the venue. Anywhere but the South Lawn.
You know what? I'd watch that.
Yeah, I'd watch it. Especially if we can do math.
No drug testing pre-event.
Oh, Gemma Girl said, okay, glad to see others got notified. I got alerted on all the previous ones. Yeah, and we're supposed to start at 11:15. Our communication's bad here. I thought everyone knew we were going live, but Chin found out we were going live 5 minutes before, so we actually went live
baby.
at 11:30. So maybe it's just that. You're right, Isaiah 206. Give him a girl. Conor Ariel interview was awesome. So awesome.
Yeah.
So awesome. Ariel's so good at that. As he's doing, I'm like, oh, man, he's way better at interviews than I am. I'm just all over the place.
I mean, he's the man.
Ariel's follow-ups are good. You know, he stays on track. I've been all over. Black Ross, you're right, dude. Kennedy was running trains with his brother on Marilyn Monroe in the White House. They don't want to be upset what our president does it? Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's super weird. There's been so much crazy shit. How about Bill Clinton got his...
I was literally about to say the same thing.
Bill Clinton got his wiener sucked in there. And y'all are upset that Justin Gaethje, a proud American, did his job on the lawn of the White House? Not to mention the UFC's paying over $1 million to replace the grass. It's just what people get mad at are fucking... It's what a waste of time. Why would you be upset that these elite athletes fought on the lawn at the White House? That you're upset at that? How about inflation? How about gas prices? That should upset you. There's a lot of other things that should upset you.
Also, what's more American than the biggest underdog on a sports card? That's the American defeating the favorite who's not an American on American soil on the White House lawn.
Yeah, I don't even have time. Like I was at a baseball field the other day. The guy was like, "Dude, greatest event of all time," and I was like, "Oh, if I have to explain why this is so historic, then I can't do it." If I have to explain to you that an American who's a 6-1 underdog, who's fighting the pound for pound number one guy in the world, and we were basically planning on him retiring, getting slept at the White House, for him to win the way you don't get it. You don't know ball. And if you nothing explains to me you don't know ball, especially Michael Rappaport. You don't know fucking ball, but when you said Evel Knievel, I went, oh, I can't even. I love Rapp. He's my boy. I'm not gonna have this conversation.
So is that a sporting event? That's just like a show.
Yeah, I mean, Evel Knievel.
This guy riding a dirt bike.
Yeah, fuck. The guy jumping over the Grand Canyon's your greatest sporting event. I can't even have the conversation with you. I'll go watch. I'll take my kids because they love Jackass. I'll take my kids to Jackass to do gnarlier shit than Evel Knievel.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say it's the greatest movie I've ever seen.
No. I'm trying to even think of an event that could even rival it on American soil.
God damn slow fit. You're so right, dude. The argument of the White House being the people's house backfires because we, the people, want to see the fights. I mean, minimum of 150 million people want to see the fights. Mm-hmm. Facts. Yeah, if we took an American vote on who wanted to see it there, I'm sure we'd win that.
I think so, too.
Auto Guide Productions. Brendan is 0-7 against the word basically. Yeah. Yeah, it's beat me 7-10. That Gemma girl, after Conor fights these last two fights in his contract, how about the next fight at Wembley Stadium? Yeah, that's the thing is Conor, he's being underpaid, undervalued. He's going to fight these two out, and then he can go make more money than God on the free market. He knows that. The UFC knows that. Who would he fight at Wembley Stadium, though, to sell that thing out? I think a lot of his big Wembley Stadium debut and stuff like that is going to be predicated on how he looks in these two fights of the UFC. If he can go 1-1, we're cooking. Mm-hmm. If he goes 0-2 and he's like a shell of himself, it's gonna be a tough sell. They're still gonna do it and he'll make a lot of money, but it won't be like this big event, I don't think.
Unless you do Conor Paddy at Wembley.
Paddy's under contract at the UFC. You're saying if he were to stay in the UFC?
Yeah.
If he beats Max, I will guarantee you him and the UFC come to an agreement and they extend his contract for 6 more fights and you get Paddy and all that other stuff. But if he's a shell of himself, it's gonna be sad.
Yeah. But if he does well, actually, win or lose, him and Paddy in April of 2027 at Wembley would be crazy numbers.
Crazy. AJ Thompson, the fight at the White House was a hell of a lot cooler than the fight a mile away from the pyramids. Yeah, the pyramids were a little awkward. But this is what I said when I said it's the greatest, sporting spectacle of all time, sporting event of all time in one night. This is what it looks like when the UFC tries. There's nobody better. So if you're a casual or if you just got on the UFC during COVID or something, you don't realize why the hardcores get upset. When the UFC tries, guys, gals, I'm telling you, there's nobody better. And we've seen that. When they try, it's so special. And they tried their hardest at the UFC White House. And how cool was that from top to bottom? So my argument is, and now they're making more money than ever. My argument is, why can't we have this once a year? Why not? Explain to me why. Oh, it's so much work. Yeah, that's your job. Now, I'm not saying do it every year at the White House. That's not realistic. But we could do some dope events around historic venues all over America, all over the world. We could do the Coliseum. They could do it at the pyramids. They could do a special place in Africa. They could do it in Paris, some crazy event at Paris. They could do it in Tokyo. They could do it around America. Think about all the dope places in America. Some dope spectacle at the Grand Canyon. You know how cool that would be? Why not do a special event like this all out once a year? What's stopping you?
Cyril Gane title fight under the Eiffel Tower.
What's stopping you? And no one had an issue with it being outside. What's stopping you? Oh, well, we got what? Money ain't the issue. You clearly have the team and production to pull it off. Why not just keep this going once a year? And then if I knew that they were putting this effort into one big event a year, I'm cool with Apex. I get it, man. You guys are focused over here, the resources. I get it.
Yeah.
We're waiting for that one big Super Bowl event. Mm-hmm. How cool would that be, man? And they can do it. They can do it.
Conor
So that's why when people are like, God, why are you guys so frustrated at the UFC? Because they're not trying. And when they try, I'm telling you, it's the best sport on planet Earth. So when you see these watered down cards and these bullshit numbered cards and these constant UFC Apex and it's a bunch of guys from Dana White Contender Series who probably shouldn't be in the UFC because they're just going through the motions. That's why I get upset. I still love them. I still bleed UFC. I still love it. But man, when they try, oof, there's nothing better. And they're robbing you guys of this. And 150 million people watch. How many of those 150 million are casual or on the fence fans that saw that and went, whoa, hold up. This is the UFC? It's like, yeah, dude, it's pretty cool, right? Mm-hmm. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, when's the next one? Listen, it's at the Apex this weekend. Go and skip that and wait for International Fight Week.
Yeah, you had ribeye. There's going to be some TV dinners coming up, but don't worry.
Don't worry.
There's a filet mignon coming up.
Yeah. You can get some bullshit for the next few weeks, but International Fight Weeks and we lit.
Speaking of fight night, I forgot who's fighting on this card.
Kopp and Horiguchi.
Okay.
Listen, again,
not bad.
I like the fight. I won't miss it. Depends what time it is. My kiddo has 2 games, but I won't miss it. I'll definitely see it. It's not a bad card. It's just tough if you're new to the UFC and you're going from the White House to the Apex. They're like, what?
7 p.m. too.
He does put on a good fight every time, Kopp.
Yeah, you're
That's a great fight.
You're getting edged for the next 2 weeks, and then July 11th comes and we're cooking.
I think Fiziev is awesome.
Fiziv's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
he's a savage. What?
Fiziev is awesome. I think that those are 2 actually really good fight nights.
No, they are. Yeah. I'm just saying we go from this high of banger, 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 and then you get these fight nights. So it's like, but again, I'm all good with this because they're focused on International Fight Week. You get the biggest star of all time coming back. We're good, baby. We're good. I have no issues with what they're doing with this. This is fantastic. And then scroll down, Chin. Mm-hmm. And then you have fight night. They're not announced yet. And then Ankalaev Roundtree. That's a good fight.
On a fight night?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So July's pretty tasty. And then they're kicking off August. You got Daniel Rodriguez come back out of prison. Okay, I'll do that for a fight night. And then you got Makhachev, Ian Machado, Garry. Take my fucking money, dude. We're cooking.
Do they have the other fights on the card for 330 yet?
For 330?
Yeah.
Mackenzie Dern's on there too, right?
Against Julian Robertson.
Yeah.
Okay, it's only 2 we got so far.
Never mad at Mackenzie Dern,
I like
no.
the way it looks, though.
That thing you get
I didn't
filled
mean-
up.
What's up?
When I said likes the way it looks, I didn't mean Mackenzie, but I also do mean Mackenzie.
Jay Luke says, honestly, I don't even know if I want to see Conor for 6 more fights. I'd rather see up-and-comer start to take over. I hear you, but there's a place for him. I don't know if I need to see him for 6 fights, but I'd like to see him fight at least 3 more in the UFC, but 6 is a lot. Yeah, I'm with you.
It's also the same thing with Poton. They signed him for 8 more fights. He's already 38 years old?
Yeah, they're just doing that so he can't go anywhere.
Would you say Strickland and Hokit are the biggest American stars right now?
You got to toss Sugar in there.
What's that?
You got to toss Sugar in there. Sugar Sean O'Malley after that fight.
Is he the same star power, though?
No, not Strickland's by far the biggest, and Hokit's a distant second. But Strickland's by far your biggest American star. But it's good. We got we got 3 American champs when we didn't have a lot last year at all. Shit, no, we got 4. Kayla Harrison, Strickland, Justin Gaethje, Mackenzie Dern. Don't even try to come at me. Tell me Mackenzie Dern's Brazilian. She grew up in fucking Phoenix.
It depends on which Mackenzie comes in that night.
Whatever she wants, but I'm claiming her.
Joshua Van.
Oh yeah, we got 5. What are we talking about? We got 5 American champions. It did not look like this time last year. Slowfit says, "Excuse me, is Gaethje not the biggest American star?"
Fair.
No,
That's
I
up
mean
to
right
us.
now he's the most trending, but I think Strickland's a bigger star. That's a tough take, right? I think
Yeah.
overall Strickland be the middleweight champ, and then like Gaethje fights and then goes away, golfing, doing backflips, whatever, taking care of his kids. Strickland's staying on the streams, beating up YouTubers, saying outlandish shit. He's just always in the news.
I think to be the biggest star, everyone needs to be able to spell your name. And at this point,
Gaethje's tough.
that's a hard name to spell.
Yeah. Welcome, CY Sa 2122. Welcome, big dog. Yeah. We got anything else, Chin?
Yeah. I mean, you want to discuss the Daniel Cormier thing real quick?
What happened with DC?
He actually went on his own YouTube channel. And it's fairly long, but basically he said during that time that he was like, getting ready for the whole event, someone did hack. So that's the story, that someone did hack into his Twitter account. He did post that one thing where he was like, you guys actually believe this crap? But that's the only thing he posted. Mm-hmm. And then he lost access to the account for like 2.5 days or something. He finally got it back.
Just hackers, huh?
Yeah, but it's just
kinda scary.
The way he explains it, it's just still kind of weird. Like if you watch, you got to watch the whole thing though.
Really?
The way he explains it, it's just a little weird, but yeah.
But isn't it just, we shouldn't be like, dudes, I got hacked.
Yeah, that's it.
End of the day.
Yep.
We don't
Who's
need
saying
more
they
of
got
that.
hacked, him or Trump?
DC.
But then,
Okay.
and then they also hacked into Eric Trump's
No,
account, too?
those are just. I don't know how they did it, but it was just a conversation that was made up, I guess.
Story's a little wonky.
Yeah, it's so trippy. And then also he goes, I was barely able to get into my Twitter account within 2.5 days. Like that, even that sounds weird, right?
Yeah, that's a little odd.
Barely be able to get into it.
Black Ross keeps saying Jim Miller should be the next American champ. Buddy, I love Jim Miller, but hey, I love Jim Miller, Slovit says Black Ross is Jim Miller's burner account. Buddy.
What's up, Jim?
That's Trump's take on the
President
supposed terrorist
on the. I haven't heard about it. The attack that I watched were the fighters.
As simple as that.
Well, if he was like, the only attack I saw is Justin Gaethje fucking up Ilya Taporia. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's the main stuff right there.
Did you see Hamzat and who did he in the RAF
Dylan Dennis?
and Dylan Dennis?
Yeah, you missed Monday. I went over it.
You did already?
Yeah. And here's the thing is, I didn't watch it in real time. What's up, Lou Lamaraco? Welcome to the club. I didn't see the entire thing. I saw a clip of it.
You saw Dylan put him in a guillotine?
Yeah, but that clip was the whole thing. When I was like, man, me and Chim were like, man, Dylan did better than I thought. Some dude on the super chat was like, buddy,
Watch the
that
whole
was
thing.
all 40 seconds. Hamzat
Yeah.
beat the shit out of
Yeah.
me. Like, oh. Oh.
I didn't even realize it was he had him in a guillotine.
Whoa, CY SA 2122. I'm an active duty Air Force and was fortunate to be chosen to attend UFC Freedom 250.
Hell yeah.
I'm telling you, brother, it was 1,000 times more amazing in person than I could have ever imagined. Blessed, Chris.
Thank you for your service, man.
Damn, yeah, thank you,
sir.
brother. Damn, you went, big dog.
That's so cool.
That's crazy. Good for you. That's crazy. That's cool, man.
It also shows he's a huge fan because I think with the active duty people, they only chose they vetted who were the actual big fans, right?
Yeah, my thing, it's the only, like any of the fights, like UFC 300, Noches, 200, any of these big, Strickland, Hamzat, any of these big fights, even Conor, Max Holloway, I have no desire to go. If I was working or like we did a live chat from there or something like that, I'd be down to go. But just to go attend the fights, I have no desire. The only time I felt FOMO was UFC 250 Freedom. Like, that's never happened again. I wish I was there to see it. This is the only time.
This guy Andrew really wants that question answered.
Which one is?
What's what?
Why don't the Dagestanis fight more than once a year? Their style seems to be less wear and tear with the wrestling focused. Hard to be invested in guys who barely fight. Is it a visa issue?
No, I don't think it's a visa issue, especially when it comes to some of the guys. It's just their style. And with Ramadan, too, that takes them out for a certain time. It's like right in the middle there. But it's a good question. It is strange, right? They're not that active
Not at all.
at all. That's why you don't want them being your champs.
No, it's the worst.
The worst. They're not active. That Lou says, Brendan, you missed one thing from UFC 250. 3 future Hall of Famers, 1 survived Justin. Alex and Ilya did it. Please comment. 1 survived Justin. Yeah, that's why it's such a big deal.
I saw the stat too.
Yeah, I covered this on Monday.
Oh.
Justin Gaethje is the only man to win every single belt in the UFC. BMF title, interim title, undisputed belt, White House belt. Dude, I got that White House. I get that White House belt coming to the studio.
That's going to be so sick.
I know. I can't wait.
I'm going to wrestle you for the title.
Do it. Freaking do it. Captain UG says the reason they don't fight more than once a year is because they're boring. Fair point. And a lot of them miss weight. Fair point.
Is he the oldest UFC champ?
That's a good point too. They kind of. You ever think about that? Where Khabib set a standard where having that undefeated loss is what people worry about too much. Like in the past, people cared a lot less about having one loss on the record. Like everyone's like, "Oh, Ilya got fraud checked."
I know, it's wild.
And it's like
it's wild. That's the nature of the sport.
one loss,
I know, it's
and now
wild.
you can't even be in the arena of greats.
Crazy.
What are we talking about?
Crazy.
Also, if you say fraud checked, then you're calling Max Holloway a fraud. You're calling Dobronx a fraud. You're calling Volkanovski a fraud.
No, it's just Ilya still has more work to do, and you look at his resume. He beat some legends, but they were older. You know, he's not a fraud. It's just the time too. It's where he's at in the division, and he realized kind of how when he the similarities between Conor fighting Nate at 170 for the first time and Ilya fighting Justin Gaethje at 55 for the first time. They have a lot in common. Where usually they just have that touch of God and they're piecing dudes up and they get them out of there, but because they're bigger, they are hitting them. They're doing really well at first, and they're like, "What the fuck, dude? Go down." They're like, "Nah. No, your power's not the same here. I can eat these." And they're like, "Oh shit," and then they lose. So there's a lot of similarities of Conor being untouchable, you know, but fighting a bigger guy, and it's not good. It's not good at all.
Have you rewatched the Ilya fight?
Yeah.
Do you also feel like when he hit him and got him down with the body shot, do you feel like I kind of feel like his biggest mistake was going down with him to the ground? He
100%.
should have just finished him from.
Justin was super hurt there.
Yeah.
Super hurt. Swerve says, Brandon, I disagree with you saying Max was past his prime when he fought Ilya. I think the way he looked in Justified alone should show you he was still in his prime, one of the best performances.
He's still young.
He just has a lot of miles. It's not even about age. He has a lot of miles on him. It's tough to say he's at his peak there. The Justin fight, he looked fantastic. The issue with the Justin fight is people remember the knockout. But what you don't remember, and this is how impressive Max Holloway is, he beat the shit out of him for 5 rounds. And then obviously pointed down, which makes it so classic, because he had no reason to do that. He was easy to win that fight, points down, then knocks him out.
And some guys in combat sports do get a little better as they go. Like, look at Canelo. When he fought Floyd Mayweather, he was young, but that was nowhere near his prime.
Yeah. It's just tough to say at his age and those miles, say he's in his peak form, you know, but
fair.
I feel you, dude. Is that it, Chinster? Should we do some fan questions? I need to send them to you, right?
No. Yeah, I need them.
MK, yo. Welcome to the club, big dog. Welcome to the club. I mean, it's almost like, do we even do fan questions anymore? Because now I'm answering some on here, too.
We still might do them for Sunday.
You could just have people here ask their fan questions.
Yeah, because
they're here.
That's basically what we're doing.
Sent him, Chinster.
All right.
Let's answer these while you're getting that together. Patrick Martinez, 2451. When is your next commentary gig? I think September in Miami.
Is that Game Bread?
Yes.
Sick.
What if it was like, no, UFC? Dice Game Network. Fan question. What's Joe put on the menu tonight for Mexico versus Korea? She found this authentic Mexican place because we have construction on our house going on right now. Nobody speaks English. And they had these like tacos and other Mexican dishes. She's like, where'd you get that? And she went and picked these tacos up. They're like barbacoa. Dude.
Really?
So damn good. So I think she's getting that for Mexico versus Korea. Listen, I like soccer once every 4 years. I'll root for the hell out of the U.S., but, you know, I can't be watching Mexico versus Korea. I just don't care.
All I care about is the U.S. and Argentina. Those are the only 2 teams I care about.
I don't care about any of them, but I will watch it.
I don't care about any of them, but
Argentina is all Italian Americans, so I got to go for them.
Connor Ward Boxing. This gentleman says, with Gane interim champ, Aspinall looked to be frozen out, Potan not big enough, and Hokit not being able to finish an armbar. What would be your 5-point plan to improve the heavyweight division? Number one, the division cannot move on to Tom Aspinall defends his title. So number one is getting to an agreement with Tom Aspinall where he's happy, he wants to come back, and we got to tell Eddie Hearn to chill. So the division cannot move on unless your legit champion competes. And not only does he need to compete, but he has to close the chapter, has to close the books on the Cyril Gane fight. The division cannot move on. If Gane is over here doing his thing still, but he illegally kind of moved on from Aspinall. Aspinall's your champ, but he has eye issues. Then you have the Eddie Hearn stuff. So we need to solve all this. and nothing is going to get done. No more interim belts, none of that bullshit. Tom, Gane need to fight, and then we can all move on. Chris Bombell. Do you think Netflix will continue the big payday for fighters that made it to the top but never got the belt? Is that the future of the fighter careers? Like drop money after doing a career somewhere? I just don't see the longevity in Netflix. There's going to be one-offs, but I'd be surprised if it's even once a year. I could see them do it once every 2 years because they have to wait on these UFC stars, these mega stars that built their brand in the UFC to finish out their contracts and then jump on over to Netflix. So I just don't see them sustaining that, especially the views they need once a year. Gavin Floyd. Fan question. What do you think of an Ultimate Fighter with Paddy Ilya? I think it's a waste of their time because nobody watches
Yeah, no
it.
one watches it, man.
I think it's literally just delaying. Like, no. Ilya's going to be out for how long? Now, we all love the Paddy Ilya fight. Remember, Paddy has to beat BSD, Benoit Saint Denis, so BSD. He has to beat him July 11th. That's a big if, dude. That's a tough fucking fight for him. So you're assuming he gets past BSD, which is tough, and then Ilya recovers and they fight at the end of the year. But Paddy, that's a tough fight for him, man. I hope he gets it done, but that's not an easy matchup. But
Honestly,
sure as fuck not wasting their time as Ultimate Fighter coaches. Nobody watches it, man. Nobody cares.
I was going to say, as the only person in the world who still watches The Ultimate Fighter regularly, I am for it. So that's
What
my
is wrong
vote.
with you?
It's a good show.
Did it change at all much?
Yeah, they've had some sick. They actually had one season where it was all champions from all different organizations.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was to see. I think that was the Tim Elliott one where he ended up fighting Mighty Mouse for the belt.
That was so
Oh,
long ago, though,
damn.
Nick. Slow Fit says, we got 2 live Big Brown Breakdowns before we got a Tyson Fury announcement. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I like Andy Ortega's question here.
What was it?
Do you think the UFC will ever do a tournament? I think done right and with the right amount of attention and stars, it could be one of the biggest events they ever do.
No, because they don't have to. There'd be no reason to change the business plan. There'd be no reason for it. These other leagues will do that, though. They'll attempt to do that. That's what makes them different.
Do you think the fighters will even want to do that? I would imagine they wouldn't. Yeah.
There's no reason to, no. Adam.boss. Hey, Brendan, love watching. Weighing in on the podcast. Wanted to reach out about Cyril Gane. Back to the head situation. Not to start controversy, but Cyril Gane comes from the same camp as Imavov, who has the following issues. He poked Izzy before knocking him out in the main event in the fight night. Illegally kicked a down opponent in Roman. I poked Pereira in their fight. Had head clashes with Chris Curtis in the fight in Jared Cannonier. I guess my question is this camp, do they just teach their fighters to be reckless and bend the rules a little because they know they can get away with it? I didn't even think about that.
That'd be shady, man.
Listen, where there's smoke, there's fire. So if it's 2 guys who are consistently doing this, they're kind of, pushing the boundaries, playing in the gray, going, listen, you're not going to lose a point. They're just giving you warnings. It helps us significantly in the fight. I don't know if they're directly telling their fighters that, but it is weird. It is weird. It's like when you have a fighter who's never tested hot, but 9 of his teammates have, it's like, eesh, something's going on. Anthony Sawyer. Hey, Brandon, big fan of your shows. Does a fully fit Volkanovski not coming off a KO from Islam beat Topuria? Age may be a factor now, but would still be a great fight even at lightweight. So he's saying if Volkanovski never got KO'd from Islam, does he beat Ilya? A Volkov in his prime would definitely give Ilya fritz. Here's the issue, though. We're all pretending that Ilya's not a badass at 45. Ilya was so fucking good at 45. So that's a great question because Alex, to me, probably the best 45 of all time. He's up there. And Ilya in his prime, if they're both in the prime, it's a closer fight. He definitely doesn't beat him as easy as he did, but Ilya is so good. I know right now is the thing to like fraud check, and Ilya was never that good. I'm not that guy, man. Ilya's a savage. Yeah. Is that it, Chin?
Sure.
Oh, you got one more.
I got about 3.
Give me one more.
Okay.
And then remember, I'm answering all your questions tomorrow, especially on the live chat. Mike Daly, fan question, hot take. Aspinall is currently like the kid between divorcing parents. Facts. Regardless of who wins the battle between Dana and Eddie, Aspinall's chance of becoming the greatest UFC heavyweight is over. Even if they let him go, he will likely only fight 1 or 2 times in another promotion. Yeah. The issue for Aspinall is, let's take away the eye pokes, take away the eye issues, take away the long layoff, take away Eddie Hearn. Even if he was undefeated right now, with John Jones not fighting, the heavyweight division a shell of itself, no one would regard him as the best ever, no matter what. Even if he was active, not getting poked in the eyes. It's just the state of the division. It's impossible for him to be regarded as the best ever. To your point, if these 2 divorced parents fighting, Eddie and Dana, don't figure it out and the UFC were to let him go, the alternative is he fights maybe once a year over at Netflix MVP, and then maybe one boxing one, he's done. So to your point, it'd be a nightmare. It also depends what Tom wants. If the goal's money, so he's set for life, his best bet's to leave the UFC. He's going to make money regardless. But as far as like fuck you money, his best bet's to leave the UFC. But then we miss out on him. So we'll see. All right, kids. Tomorrow we are back with the live chat where I'll answer all these questions. I love you guys. I didn't even expect we're going to be doing the live chat here. But it's pretty cool. This is dope. You guys can ask questions in real time. So you guys are the best. I love this fucking live chat, man. I love it. So yeah, we will be live tomorrow with live chat. And we're going at 11 a.m. Central Time on the dot. No delays. Hope you guys get the warnings and all that stuff. Hopefully it works out. But that's it. All right, guys. I love you. Thank you much for watching. I will see you tomorrow live. Big Brown live chat. Join the club. Join the Brownies. Big Brown Live Club. Go join so you can submit your questions and tune on in. Love you guys. Black Ross. Love you, man. We're out.